Hello, legends. Welcome to another episode of Wavematics Weekly Forecast. And we are looking at the period of May 29th to June 2nd, 2023. This week is going to be a very fantastic week. And there is a lot of setups, there are a lot of fundamental news that is coming up. There are holidays in it, everything. We are going to look at all of it. And look at how we can trade from last week analysis that we did, the good setups that we got, how we are going to manage those trades and everything. So if you are joining me for the first time, my name is Peter Pell. I'm the founder of Pell Markets, and it's my joy always to be with you legends to look at the markets and trade together and profit from it together. So before we go ahead, just like we always do, if you have any instrument that you want me to analyze, just leave it in the comment section for me. I'm going to have a quick look at it for you. Any instruments, whether it be in Forex, crypto indexes, we are going to look at it. But from there, I've compiled some of the most requested pairs within the week. Then we are going to look at it. So, but before we start, let me know where you are connecting us from. Just let me know the city. I'm currently streaming live from Toronto, Canada. So let me also know where you are watching us from in the comment section, whether you are watching the replay or the live session with us now. Let me know the city or the country or the particular point that you are now, so that as a family, we all know where we are connecting from. So let's quickly jump straight into today's analysis as we look at it. So just like we always do, we are going to start with the dollar index, so that as we get that one done, we will get to know how we are going to trade the majors, So let's jump straight to the DXY. In DSY, we've been looking at this particular scenario for some time now. We've been looking at this particular scenario for some time. And price is moving exactly like what we did. So today, what we'll be doing, I'll pick some few pairs and make you know what we are looking at on the daily time frame, so that you understand the perspective very well. Before we continue, let me know in the comment section if the sound is okay for you, if you can hear me clearly, and if you can also see my voice, see the screen. If everything is okay for you, those with us live now, let me know in the comment section that the sound is okay, so that we don't go ahead whilst everything is not properly set up. So if you are live with us now, let me just know in the comment section if the sound and everything is okay as we go ahead to today's live section. Okay, so in the dollar index today, let me give you a quick look at what we are looking at on the dollar index on the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, I'll quickly jump into the legendary trade room and pick the daily from there. So this is what we are looking at in the daily time frame. So in the daily time frame, we are starting with this particular impulsive move to the downside for a wave one. This particular move for a wave one, and we are anticipating an ABC for wave two, which is currently ongoing. So if you look at the analysis that we've been sharing, all that, we've been very bullish that okay, the dollar is going to give us a short-term strength. In these weeks that were behind us, we've been having this particular move. So this is why we are analyzing it that way. So we want to see an ABC. Once we get a wave C completed for a wave two, then we'll start looking for a downward move. So that is what we are looking on the dollar index on the daily. So let's quickly jump to the 4-hour time frame and see what is happening, what we discussed last week, and what Forex is also doing in this particular. So in the 5-wave impulsive move that we did discuss last time. So now price is still pushing up. We want to see the complete wave 3. Once red wave 3 is completed, then we want to see a pullback for a wave 4 and a move to the upside. We've been looking at this particular chart for some time now. So still the black wave C is still ongoing. We are not yet done with it. So in this particular week too, we want to see a short-term strength on the dollar index. Then once we get that particular one, we are certain to know that okay, then now this is what the measures, how we are going to use it to trade EURUSD and the remaining pairs. So on the dollar index, once we are looking for this particular trend, last week we discussed this move to the upside, and price moved exactly like that. And we are also going to look at this particular one. We are also going to look at this particular one. So now if we jump straight to the Euro USD, with this same understanding, the correlation between the dollar index and the Euro USD is very strong. So whatever is happening on the dollar index, then you are very certain that it's also that a similar thing is also happening on Euro USD. So on Euro USD, we are still having the same scenario on Euro USD. If we jump straight to the legendary trade room for me to pick daily time frame of the Euro USD, then you can see that we are also having a similar setup on that particular one also. So now we have a wave 1. We are anticipating to see a wave 2 for an ABC. So we want to still see price push a little lower to at least this low to give us an expanding flat or any of the flats as we stand now. So once we get to this particular move, then we want to see price move to the upside. So that is what we are looking at on the Euro USD on the daily time frame. So once we have this particular one on the daily time frames, quickly jump to the 4 hours here trading this particular week. On the 4 hour too, we are still anticipating a move to the downside to complete this red wave 3. Once we get that one done, so we want to see price move lower. Once we get that particular one, we start looking for a 3-wave move or any wave 4 pullback for the correction. Wave 4 pullback for the correction. Then once we are done with the correction, we will look for a final move to the downside for a wave C. So that is what we are looking for on Euro USD. Wait for price to complete this red wave 3. Then once we are done with that, we will start looking for a pullback. If you are not yet in the trade, you can wait for the red wave 3 to finish. Then once the pullbacks comes in, you can also go for a 3-wave correction to the downside to the upside. Then after that, we will start looking for entries to the downside for the red wave 5 of black wave C. So that is what we are looking on the Euro USD. If you have any pair that you want us to discuss, those with us live, just leave it in the comment section, and I'm going to have a quick look at it as we go along. So with Euro USD, now let's jump straight into gold. Once we know what the Euro USD is doing, let's have a jump into gold. If we look at gold is giving us a very interesting analysis, and we've been having this particular analysis for some time. We saw this particular ABC for black wave ABC, and we've been analyzing this for some time now. So we are looking at a correction of an ABC like this to complete this blue wave B. There are 2 counts you can look at in this particular scenario. And now we are still ongoing for this red wave, the red wave C. So now we are looking at the completion of the trend. So we have a wave 1, wave 2. Now wave 3 is completed. We want to see a pullback for a wave 3, a wave 4. Then once we get a particular pullback, we are also going to look at a move to the downside for wave 5. So that is the first scenario. This is the primary count I'm tracking. So this particular week, you can wait for this pullback for a wave 4. Once we get that particular pullback, then we are going to look at a move to the downside. If you look at tomorrow's trading section, is going to be very low because we have a lot of holidays from different countries. So if you look at factory calendar, you can see that the Switzerland is having a bank holiday, pound, the British are having a bank holiday, the European countries are also having a bank holiday, and even in US too, there is a bank holiday. So volatility into tomorrow's section are going to be very low. So if you're trading, you have to be very careful. Know that it is going to be very low so that you don't jump in and out of trades just like that. So be very careful about how you trade tomorrow. When there are a lot of holidays, then you can still continue to trade, but know that the volumes are going to be low. So that it doesn't affect how you do trade. So now that we've looked at gold, let's quickly jump and look at USD CAD. USD CAD if you have also any other those that are coming in the comment section, I'm seeing them. I'm going to address them as we journey along. If you have any other pairs that you want me to look at, just jump in the comment section and let me know. Let me know. Those watching us live now, to just let me know. Give a comment whether you are watching us live or you watch the replay version of it. So if you are watching us live, just go to the comment section and give me a hashtag live. If you're also watching a replay version, just go to the comment section and give me a hashtag replay, and I'm going to look at whatever that we are discussing today. So now in USD card, this is what we're looking at. I'm going to give you a free bonus and also give you the daily time frame of an USD card, also USD card. So we will jump straight to the legendary trade room, look for the daily aspect. Before even we update the charts, the members always get their charts. They get the weekly, they get the daily, they get the 4-hour, and in the trading room too, we do give the hourly and sometimes the lower time frame update. So if you are planning on joining us, just go to the primemarkets.com. It's going to bring you to this particular site. It's going to be the particular site. Then once you are in there, we are having a 50% discount currently. So you just click on any of the give the promo offer, and it's going to take you to pricing, where because of the discounts that we are having, the lifetime is having a 50% discount. It's going to give you access to our courses and to our trade room. The annual is also having access, giving you a 50%, and it's going to bring the price to $147 a year, which is a brainer for the value that we do provide. So if you are planning of joining us, this is the best season to get in. This is the best season to get in. So now you're in the legend room. Let's quickly look at the US chart and look at the daily section of the daily time frame of it. If you're also watching us live from YouTube, just click on the subscribe to our YouTube channel, whilst you also click on the notification bell to always get this done. So in USD card, this is what we are looking at on the daily. Now we've been watching this particular triangle for some time now. We are looking at a bigger ABC, and the wave C, the blue wave C, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that we are looking at. So now we have an ABCDE. Now there's a possibility this might be wave D, and this might be wave E, but that is a primary count. That my main count is this ABCDE. Once price give us a move to the upside, then give us a pullback for this wave E, then we will start going for a wave C. So that is what we are looking on the daily time frame for the USD card. So with this understanding, all this week that we've been updating, this is what we are looking at. This is what we are looking at. So when we go to the 4-hour time frame, then you understand the perspective that we are coming from on USD card. If you look at the USD card, just like I was saying, the card, this is what we are looking at. So now have see we want they're giving us with the wave V being a triangle, wave V being a triangle, and the wave C. So we want to see price moves upside to this particular wave C of D. And once we get that particular one done this particular week, we also want to see a move to the downside for an E. Then price will resume to go to the upside. Price will resume to go to the upside. So this particular week, wait for this particular short-term move to the upside. Once you get that particular move to the upside, then we will start looking for the pullback for the wave E correction of the triangle. So wave E correction for the triangle. Okay, George is watching us live from Dubai. My brother, how are you doing? And now with this understanding on what we are getting on wave E for the USD card, let's quickly jump to the pound USD. The pound USD is also giving interesting scenario comments of I analyzing more of the daily charts that analyze more of these daily charts, and about for time's sake, in order for us to gather more charts, that's why I always don't spend more time on these daily time frames and other thing. But if you still want to get more, you can join the Legend Group. So for the last time, let me quickly give you a fair view of what I'm looking also at on Euro US, on the Pound USD, in the legendary trade room. So if you look at the Pound USD, it's giving a very interesting scenario on the Pound USD. Okay. So let's this is the 4 hour. Let's go to the daily time frame and look at what we are. So on the daily time frame, we are looking at a move to the upside. So after this particular wave A, we want to see a wave B correction to the upside, and price has been going on exactly that way. So now we have this particular wave A. We want to see price give us a more move to the upside for a 3-wave correction of an ABC. Once we get that particular ABC, then we are going to look at a move to the downside. So if you look at the dollar index, as the DXY is strengthening, we want to it's for a short-term trend on the DXY. So that is going to give us this ABC that we are looking for this purple wave B. Then once the strength of the DXY is done, then we can quickly look at a move to the upside. So once the DXY start weakening, the pound dollar is going to be a very interesting trade to go for this particular purple wave C. But for now, in the weeks ahead of us, we want to see this move of this ABC to the downside, So that is what we are looking at on the daily time frame. That is what we are looking at on the daily time frame. So with that, let's quickly look at what you can do on the 4 hour and on the short-term time frames to know how you're going to trade also this in this particular week and the weeks ahead of you. Okay, I'm seeing the quality of the video is very low, can't see clearly. When it happens like that, we are streaming 1080 pixels. So when it happens like that, that means you have to look at your settings and change the quality. It is not coming from our end. So quickly look at your settings. YouTube gives the options to choose the video quality that you want to use. The video quality you want to use. And I'm also seeing Sadjanan. I don't know whether I'm getting your name right. He said hi from Thailand. George is also with his side and says he's doing very great. So let's jump straight into the 4 hour time frame on the Pound USD and see what is happening on that particular one. So on Pound USD, the downside of an ABC, the wave A, so we have a wave 1 diagonal, then we have a wave 3 is ongoing, a wave 3 is ongoing. So we want to see price push more to the downside, to give us a 5-wave, So we want to see a wave 3. Then if we get a wave 4 and 5 for a wave B, then we will start looking for a bigger ABC for the B and come down to a wave C. So once we got that particular wave C, then we will start looking for a move to the downside, just like we looked at on the daily time frame. So in this particular week, we want to still see a trend in the USD, So just be looking at a lower price. The price action giving us a lower move to complete this particular wave A, B, and C. To complete this particular wave A, B, and C. So in the next one that we are going to look at is the Kiwi USD. I think we shared the Kiwi USD and the Kiwi dollar, and it gave an interesting move to the downside. If you look at this particular one, it was the pair that we've been sharing. We've been for some time, and as price was progressing, I always tell you that you need to just be patient, because in trading, getting patient gives you the best good quality trades with good risk to reward ratio. So the previous weeks we were looking at this particular ABC correction. So last week we are just at this particular flip zone and the channel and the channel resistance. So I told you that it's going to give you a very good setup this particular last week. So when I did the video, I said just look at this particular section, and price is going to give you a very good reversal point at that particular one. And in the last week was on fire. If you even just traded only this trade, then you are good to go. I remember I took a trade on the Kiwi dollar, got a very good risk to reward ratio, and I even took a trade on the Aussie dollar, which I make a loss of it. You see, it's very interesting when trading is not about getting it all correct. Getting it all correct. I'm not here to superquote you and make you think how trading is easy, but it is about when you are getting it right, get a very good risk to reward ratio. I'm going to show you where I got it wrong on the Aussie dollar. We took a trade in the trade room also, and we got it wrong on Aussie dollar. But the Kiwi dollar, it was a very interesting move, gave a very parabolic move to the downside. So just like I always tell people that it is not about getting it right as many times, but make sure that you are having a very good risk to reward ratio, so that when you are right more than when you are wrong. So this particular week, we want to see this move to the downside. So we are looking at the WXY. So the ending of this particular wave 2, the purple wave 2, to come a little lower to complete this particular section. So let me take you straight into the legendary trade room and show you what I'm looking at on the daily, so that at least you get a perspective of what we do. We are anticipating this particular one. So on Kiwi dollar, on the daily also, this is what we are looking at. So it's a very simple move, just like I always do say, when for every impulse there is a corresponding correction. So we had a move for wave 1, then now all this sideways is a correction. So we are looking at a W, X, and Y. We are looking at the WX and Y. So we want to price to come a little lower to test the channel, the channel support. Then we will start looking for a move to the upside. So that is what we are looking at on the daily time frame on this particular one. On this particular one. So if we come to the so like that here, price to downside, price push a little lower to the downside. Then once we get that particular done, we are going to look at a move to the upside. So still, if you're a scalper, or let's say if you're a day trader, you can trade this short-term move, or if you wait, you can also wait for price to test this particular channel. Just don't go into a buy entry because the price is testing the channel. You can wait for a reversal candles. You can wait a lot of confirmation before you get in, or if you're also conservative, you can wait for price to bounce back from the channel. Once price bank up from the channel, it's also going to give you a move to the upside. Once you get that particular correction, then it is a confirmation that price wants to move to the upside. But as it stands now, there is not much confirmation to the upside. So we are still looking at the downward move to come test this particular channel. So that is what we are looking at for the Kiwi dollar. And it's a very interesting. So just like this said, as I get a very good risk to reward ratio on this particular one, I also made a loss last week on a particular trade on the dollar. And let's do a quick review, because it is not always about showing you profits alone, showing you how sometimes we need to analyze how. This is like my loss before the move to the downside. When this particular ABC was happening, when this ABC, we have a red wave A. So I was anticipating that, okay, this to be an A, B. So I was anticipating price to come to a little longer to give me an expanding flat, an expanding flat before we come down. So as price was going up, I took a short-term trade to see price move to the upside to give me this particular, but I couldn't get it. I got that one wrong. And at the end of the day, for the long term, I was still looking for a downside, but for that particular trade, price decided to give us a running flat instead of the expanding flat that I was looking at for an ABC for wave B. And now we have that same parabolic move that we were looking at on Kiwi, also on dollar. So sometimes I don't get all the trades correct. I get some wrong, and that is the purpose of it. If anyone is telling you have 98% win rate and other things, just don't believe it, because if you have been in the game for long, if you have been a trader for long, you can understand that this up and down happen. But the most important thing is not to win everything, but the most important thing is to have a very good risk win to reward ratio and a good win rate. Because even if you have a 55% win rate and you have a good risk to reward ratio, at the end of the day, you are going to be profitable. But people just keep on chasing these shiny syndromes. Today, they are switching from one strategy to the other. thinking that, okay, this is going to work well. Stick to whatever you are doing, keep on practicing, and at the end of the day, you are going to get it right at the end of the day, because we all went through that same cycle. But if you keep on changing that, it starts shifting you to the cycle of doom. It starts shifting you to the cycle of doom. Okay, I'm also seeing he said it from South Sulawesi, from Indonesia. Roland, welcome to the live stream, and glad to have you on board. Glad to have you on board also here. Let's quickly look at Bitcoin. I'm also getting a lot of requests on Bitcoin. I think we did Bitcoin last. I'm going to keep a look at it, even if we don't cover most of it. There are also some of the prayers that you are requesting. If I don't answer most of your prayers, then that means maybe you joined the live stream not that fast, and we've analyzed that particular one. We've analyzed that particular one. So if you're not analyzing, you just wait a little. I'm seeing gold and UJ. I think we've analyzed gold already. So if some of the stream you don't get a response on it, you just wait for the video to finish. Then once you are done, you go back. Most of it has been analyzed also. So let's look at those who are asking for Bitcoin. In Bitcoin, last week we looked at this particular move. It was the same thing that we were looking at, and price is just giving it the same rate. After this ABC on Bitcoin, now after the impulsive move, we are looking at this sideways correction. Just like I always say, in the sideways correction, it came back, tested this particular channel resistance, channel support, then it bounced off. Like I always say, if you're a conservative trader, once there is a bounce off, if you're not very certain about it, just wait. There's going to be a correction to give you a confirmation that, okay, price wants to go to the upside. Price wants to go to the upside on that particular one. And that is exactly that scenario is what is happening on Bitcoin also. That scenario is happening on Bitcoin also. So now we have a move to the upside. Now there is a correspondent correction to the smaller impulse that is also happening. And price is now testing the channel resistance of this short-term channel resistance also. So all that we are anticipating is for S to break out for particular channel. So now you can see that I have two confirmation. This first confirmation is a breakout of, okay, we having a breakout of this move. So we want to see price break out from this particular one, and if we get that and we get a correction to it, then that means it's going to even give us more confirmation to go to the upside. Then if we look at this bigger channel, then our confirmation level is at this particular level. So once we break this particular channel, once we break this particular wave B of that channel, then it gives us a bigger confirmation that the wave 3 that we are looking for, once price gets to around that 29.80 or the 30,000 level, then we are very certain that we are going to go, but we are going to trade it sequentially. So now we want to see price get to this particular confirmation level. Once we break out of it and get a correction that we are looking for, then we are going to get more to the upside. So in everyone, this is exactly what is happening on the Kiwi dollar that I just discussed with you. Once it hits the channel, if you get a very good let's say candlestick reversal like it happened on Bitcoin, we can see in that scenario the candlestick reversal we got was like a pin bar at this particular side. There was a pin bar, but not always that you are going to get a very good candle stick reversal. If you don't get that one, there are other confirmations that you can use. There are confirmation that you can use on that particular one. So we get a pin bar on that, but just like I always say, if you're a conservative trader, wait. It's going to give you an impulsive move, and the impulsive move is going to come with its own correction. And that is on Bitcoin, and we have this move and the correction is also breaking out of it. So this particular week, look for more move, break out of it and a correction, and go to the downside. Okay, Roland is also asking of gold. We've discussed gold, so just wait for the stream to finish and you can get a replay of gold also. So let's look at the Aussie Japanese yen. It's also giving us a very interesting move to the downside, which we want to see a short-term move to the downside for this particular week. in Aussie Japanese yen, last week we looked at this particular one. So we want to see price move after this particular purple wave A. There is a wave B correction, and we are looking at a double three, which is a WXY. So for the wave Y, we are now seeing the ABC of it. We are now seeing the ABC of it, and now on we've seen a wave A. We want to see a move to the downside to give us this particular ABC for this blue wave ABC. Once we get that particular one, so if price should give us a move to the downside, we will still want to see it come down to complete this particular wave C. Then once we get that, we will start looking for either a 5-wave move for this C of Y. Then once we get that, we start looking for a move to the downside. So this particular move, this particular week, we want to see price move to a downside of it for the short term. Then we will start looking for this particular move to the upside, this particular move to the. So that is what we are having for the Aussie Japanese yen this particular week. So you have to be trading with, just like I said, tomorrow is there's a lot of bank holidays tomorrow. On the US is having a bank holiday. The British are having a bank holiday. The European countries are having a bank holiday. Switzerland is also having a bank holiday. So there's going to be very low volatility and volume tomorrow. So if you are trading, you just have to be very careful about it. Mohammed, I'm seeing your pound New Zealand dollar. I don't think I have a current count on it right now. I'm going to look at it and share it in the course of the week for you. So let's quickly jump and have silver. Have a look at silver. If you're also joining us and for the first time, just like I always say, if you want to get more of these and get all the charts and all the pairs like we do, and just go s.com, we are having a 50% discount. Join us in the legendary trade room, and once you are done with you are with us, you are going to get the daily, the weekly time frame. You're also going to get the community also with us all the time, where we do analyze half chart sections and everything. Half chart section and everything. If this is the first, you just jump straight into the trade room and get the charts updates on it as we look at more chart. So let's quickly look at the silver, because I did get some requests on silver. So on silver, it's having also a very interesting scenario on silver. Now we've been discussing this particular silver for some time in we getting a wave 2 correction, and now that is what we are seeing now. We can see that the wave 2 correction that we've been anticipating, we've seen an ABC, and price was printing a form of an ending diagonal for this particular wave C, the wave 5 of the wave 5 of red wave C. That was what was happening. So now we are still also inside this particular fib level. We are inside this particular fib level, and price is giving us a breakout. So what we want to see happening this particular week, if this breakout should go up and now we start seeing a correction, then it gives us more confirmation that, okay, price wants to move to the upside. So wait for a correction. Once you get a correction to the impulse that is happening, then starts moving, starts trying to load in on some long trades on silver also, long trade on silver also. So let me quickly look at some indexes for you. So US30 commonly requested indexes. Let me quickly have a look at it for you. On US32, we've been having this particular discussion where we were looking at this WXY for wave 2, WXY for wave 2. Now price inside that particular fib level, fib zone that we've looking at, and now it is giving us this reverse like it is on other indexes too. Now with this particular one this week, what we want to see it, if price move up, start giving us a correction to give us more confirmation that price will be going up. And once we get that particular one, we will start looking for buy setup on it. Now we are seeing the reversal signs right at the fifth zone, a reversal sign right after the fifth zone, and that is going to give us what we are looking for. So the impulse is coming, but that is not enough confirmation. I always wait and patiently look for reversal, look for corrections to an impulse when there's a market turning point. If I don't get in early with a reversal candle or anything with much confirmation, then I relax, wait for price to give us that pullback that we want to see. Then once the pullback happens, I'll start looking for buy setup to give me more confirmation on a very good quality trade. So that is what we are looking at on the US 30. The US 30. Let's quickly look at the S&P 500, and we can look at a few press for the day. Also in S&P, we are seeing a very interesting move to the upside. Seeing a very interesting move to the upside. So now we just like I did discuss, the S&P 500 also doing something different. It's yet to complete the five wave that we are looking for in positive. So one wave two, now wave three, in a wave four. So we want to see price move upside one more to the upside to complete this particular red wave five. So this particular wave, we want price to keep on moving up. Once we get to the five wave and a completion of the wave one, then now we want to see a reversal. We want to see the oscillators giving us divergence and other things for us to look for this particular corrective move. But before this particular corrective move starts coming in, we want to see a move to the upside to complete a wave five to give us an impulsive move for the wave one. Once we get that, we will start looking for this particular big corrective move. I'll be updating you always in the course of the week, just like I always do. So if you have also yet to join our Telegram channel, I'm going to link you a comment of our Telegram channel in the comment section. It is free Telegram channel. You can get in touch with us so that you can always get updates on it. So I've left you a comment section on it. It's going to bring you to the Permarkets Telegram channel, which you can see that apart from the videos that we do, almost every day you get an update on whatever is happening in the chart. So I do give updates, but in the public channel you might get one or two updates, but in the members area, at least they get at least 20 updates a day. At least 20 instruments. They have to get all the updates on it every day. Let's finally look at DAX for the last that we're going to look at. So on the DAX is also giving a very interesting scenario which we've been looking at. We've been looking at getting a particular move to the downside for some time. After the wave five that we were looking, just like I was showing on the S&P 500, we want to see something like this. Now the five wave completed. We want to see price give us a move to the downside for a correction. Now we particular move to the downside. Once we got this particular move to the downside, we want to see this gap complete. We want price to move to rather fill in that particular gap, which is very common in most indices, and at the same time too, it's very common in most indices. So now this particular week, though we want to see a move to the downside for the corrections that we are looking at to really get in line, but we want to see price give us a little move to the upside to fill the gap. So we want to see something like this, an ABC for this particular correction. Then we will start looking at for the downward move. So at least price will come back to fill the gap. Most times that is what happens. So just like this particular one, whenever there is a gap, be very certain that most times 90% of the time it comes back to fill that particular gap for. So if you have any questions, or if you have any other pairs or instruments that I could analyze for you, just leave it in the comment section. Look in the course of the week. I'm going to look at it in the course of the week, or if a chart on it, so I'm going to post it. If you are with us on YouTube, just subscribe to our YouTube channel and always make sure that you click on the notification bell. So that will be all for now. My name is Peter Pell, and may the markets be with us all.